YouTube, this is Megan's Apathetic Car Reviews, or as I like to call it, Parts and Emotional Labor.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
For the uninitiated, these reviews are meant to provide an unresearched, disinterested perspective on supercars or luxury cars or whatever. Today is unique. I don't know that I've ever reviewed a Porsche.
You haven't.
Or Porsche. Porsche for the channel. I guess this is, I should feel very lucky because this is a very nice Porsche.
Yeah, this is pretty much the creme de la creme of Porsches.
Of what they want right now. They make hypercars though, right?
Occasionally.
Occasionally, okay, but not every year.
No.
So here we have the 2019 Porsche GT3 RS.
Correct.
Good, okay. I know you joked that the RS stands for really a supercar.
Yeah.
What does it actually stand for?
Rally Sport.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I think in German, it's probably like Rally Sport, like 14 syllables.
Yeah, and it has 28 letters in it.
Right.
This car is not understated.
No.
Generally, you guys' cars are not understated. But this one, it didn't come from the factory looking like this, right?
Mostly.
Mostly?
There's a few things that changed.
The wing didn't come like that.
Not that wing.
That doesn't come
But it's got a wing that's almost that big from the factory.
That's a huge wing. And that's a wing from Porsche, right?
Yeah, that is a cup wing. So it's
It's monstrous.
when they turn this into an actual race car, that's the wing they put on it.
Yeah, and it's matte black, which I think is beautiful, but it's got all these carbon fiber bits to contrast, subtle contrast, and that's very beautiful. And it's got big white wheels. That's a loud, well, I mean, it's a good contrast to matte black, but it's loud, so.
It is.
Okay. And are these from the factory, these little?
Those are not original, but they are OEM Porsche part.
Oh, okay.
Again, those are cup parts.
That just makes it more mean looking.
Yeah. It's more aero.
Yeah, because it forces the air up, I imagine.
Yeah, it puts the nose down.
Yeah, extremely low to the ground. Porsche styling cues, to me, I know that there's 10 million Porsche dudes, but it almost seems that the styling cues on Porsches are almost more appealing to women, because I find them very appealing.
Ooh.
I do.
Really?
I do.
It's the shape of the body.
Yeah, no,
it's very bulbous.
Well, I like minis.
That's true.
And so, yeah. Did it come from the factory like that?
I mean, not this white stripe, but they do have that from the factory. That is an option.
And look at these vents.
Those are factory.
Those look like ribs, exposed ribs of like a beast. What kind of guy drives the Porsche GT3 RS? You know, probably if it's a Porsche guy, he's a car lover. He's not an entry-level guy because this isn't the first Porsche you would ever buy, right? This is somebody who knows about Porsche and specifically wants something mean, but probably more practical than your average Ferrari guy, certainly much more practical than your average Lamborghini guy. Yeah. He's done the market research, feels confident about this. So it's a pragmatic guy, probably he's doing well for himself because the price point on these is higher. Upper middle class guy, my guess, someone who's like VP of accounting at some really mundane business, like a large chain of dry cleaners. And, you know, he can barely restrain, he's got crushing banality on a daily basis. And on the weekend, he really needs to feel bad. So he buys this because he does a very good job as assistant VP at the dry cleaning chain. And this is his reward on the weekends.
That's valid.
That's my theory.
That's not a bad theory.
He chose a sturdy profession, but it's not very exciting. And so he has to go externally seeking that.
But the best part is this is exciting, but it's still got an element of practicality.
Well, I think Porsches are more practical overall, right?
Correct.
They have less things overall, would you say, go wrong with them than their contemporaries?
They're generally considered more reliable.
Okay. I see there's a big roll cage in it, and we'll get to that in a minute. The matte black paint is certainly very masculine. I don't know that a woman would choose that.
Well, it's a PPF.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
but
actually...
it's black underneath this, right?
Yeah, it's gloss black, but the matte makes it,
Honestly, I prefer the matte to the gloss.
I mean, for black, it's not bad.
Giant wheels. Are these from the factory?
The wheels
are huge.
Those wheels are aftermarket, but the originals are almost the same size.
It's hard to appreciate just how beefy those tires are because the Porsche body encapsulates them so much, but they are huge.
Well, it's sitting on aftermarket suspension, so it's been lowered.
Okay. Cup wing.
Yeah.
This is just enormous, and
It's up to your neck.
It is. It's just enormous. For the look this car is going for, it looks like it should look.
Yeah.
It's just a mean upper end Porsche to make you feel more exciting after a long week of work at the dry cleaning store chain.
Doing accounting.
Doing accounting.
Your
As
spreadsheets.
Assistant VP.
Those spreadsheets were kicking your ass this week.
Excel paid for this baby.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, I like the taillights are good. I mean, although a lot of the styling cues are just Porsche.
Yeah.
Porsche probably saves a lot of money in design because they always follow this theme.
This is a 911 on crack.
Okay. I don't even think I've driven a 911, so I get to start with the GT3 RS.
I mean, you're going to work your way down?
Yeah, I guess
Top
so.
down?
I mean, the only thing left after that is the one that, the Hyper one that killed the poor guy from the Fast and the Furious
For a
movies.
GT?
Yeah.
Well, there is actually a GT2 RS, which is actually...
even
it's
cooler.
It's twice as expensive as this one.
Why?
Even rarer
It's kind of like a Speciale.
Well, this is already kind of like the Speciale. That's like...
Speciale is twice this, if not more.
Yeah, yeah. But the GT2 RSs are in the like 400 range.
Okay. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
They're turboed. This is not...
This is a contemporary to a 458 then.
No.
Oh, because it's newer, so what is the contemporary to a Ferrari?
I mean, the equivalent would be like an F8 or a 488 is kind of like the equivalent.
Okay, yeah, no, 488. Sorry, I had my years wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they did have this same basic platform was available when the 458 was out, but it was different. Like they keep going through iterations and improving it and yada yada.
How much horsepower does this thing have?
It's like, I want to say, I can't remember. I think it's like 560 or something. Or
okay, and what's in a 488 or 488?
488's in like 640, 660. I don't remember.
So considerably more.
It's like 100 more.
Yeah,
but there's way more torque in the 488.
And the 911 has how much?
A regular 911?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably closer to like 350, 400.
Okay, so this is a significant step up. Is this one stripped on the inside of all excess stuff to make it
surprisingly not
light? Okay,
the seats are.
Okay.
There's no rear seat. They got rid of the rear seat.
They got a roll cage in the back seat.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Our guy drives a Tesla during the week.
Probably.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
But this is for the weekend. Get it, queen. It's very pretty. It's masculine, aggressive styling cues and aftermarket additions, cup additions. What the heck is this?
A tow hook.
Oh, so people actually just tow the...
Like, it's for when it's on the track.
Oh, it's like if they need to get it off.
Like if it gets stuck in a gravel pit or something.
Okay, very good. Inserts on the hips. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So air scoops.
Air scoops.
And it's functional.
Because you're not city driving in this.
I mean, you can.
You can drive anything in the city, but our theoretical buyer doesn't do that.
I mean, actually, I'd say probably most of them do, sadly.
Really? This car?
Yeah.
With a roll cage?
It's kind of like most of the cars. They like buy it and it like looks all racy, but then they don't actually race it. But I mean, there's evidence to suggest whoever owned this one actually did use it properly, which is really cool, actually.
Okay, so here we are. Mm-hmm. Oh, Alcantara.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got like the
pull strap.
Scuderia and the Speciale, this little strap to
saving
save
6
weight.
ounces.
To save weight.
Yeah.
Just makes you feel cool. Like, oh. And little contrast yellow stitching, and everything looks like it's in gorgeous shape.
Yeah.
And little carbon fiber bits all. Oh, okay. I can already see something that I appreciate. These seats go up and down.
They do.
Which has been remiss in so many supercars I've sat in thus far, and as a 5'2" person, I have not appreciated that. So this one, I may get over the steering wheel without putting towels or
phone books
under myself. Okay.
We're dating ourselves saying phone books.
Oh, I know. Did you know that there used to be a giant book they delivered to your home that had the phone numbers of everyone in town? Okay. Okay. I slide in pretty easy. Yeah, it's a lot more headroom than I mean, not that I necessarily need it in my case, but I can see a taller guy.
It actually fits tall human beings, yes.
Okay. Do I need to turn it on to make the seat go up?
I'm not sure. It's that little button on the side of the seat.
When you're getting into the multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars, I feel like this should come.
Well, you know, it's because those cars, they make the seat position custom to you. They actually have you sit and they measure it and whatever.
Oh, really?
When you buy them new.
Oh.
So like if you were to buy a brand new specialty Ferrari, they would make it so that you fit and can see.
So you don't like even like the F12s and stuff, you don't get automatic. That's not even an option you can
Well,
buy?
it is, unless you get like the stripped down seats. But people like the stripped down seats.
Okay.
Because, you know, weight and whatever.
Okay. I'm going to have to change shoes.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm wearing my boots, which are
Not
nice.
so
but-
friendly for driving.
Yeah. Time to let the beast out of the cage.
Work it. You like this? The key is shaped like a little Porsche.
That's nice. Cute touch, guys. Cute touch.
Find where you put in the key.
You put it in?
You have to put it in and turn it, yeah. So this is a Porsche thing. It's on the left of the steering wheel.
Oh.
Because when, yeah, the other way. Nope, other way. Other way, 100%.
Oh.
There you go, yeah. There, put it in. Yeah, stick it in.
Okay, I don't want to break anything.
Then foot on brake. And then turn it.
Whoa, big.
Oh, that goes over there.
Oh, this goes over here.
Yeah.
So I don't need the racing harnesses. Okay,
Yeah.
very well.
We're just driving on the street. We don't need 5-point harnesses.
Okay, I don't know how this works.
Yeah, that's all right. Unless you really want to strap in.
Am I close enough to the steering wheel for your viewers to complain?
Yes.
She's gonna die. You shouldn't let her drive the cars, Dan. That's unsafe. Oh.
I mean, everyone says that, but like, that's far enough for an airbag. Airbags don't come out like 16 inches. They come out like 5-6 inches. It's like.
Oh, I'm sure somebody's gonna debate you about that.
Ah, yes. I know.
Okay.
All right.
I like my seating position so much better than a lot of the Ferraris and Lambos I've been in.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm properly in the cabin where I should be to be driving the car, which has been hard for me to get with some of the other cars. And so already the Porsche is a little bit more accommodating because it's got room for tall guys and it's got an adjustable seat, so it's more friendly to a wider variety of body types.
Yeah.
This Porsche is body positive.
Pull back.
Down.
There you go. You're in drive.
Okay.
Just like a regular car.
Yep. It's not doing anything to freak me out.
No.
Ferraris are wider than this, right?
A little bit, yeah. This thing is actually a little bit, even with the wide body stuff on it that gives it the GT3 RS flares, it's still not as wide as the Ferraris. Like when we had it in the trailers, it wasn't as wide.
Yeah, I feel that. I appreciate that. And I like that, again, because sometimes with the really, like, I guess like the Murcielago and the other ones, it's
That
like,
one's stupid.
you feel like you're taking up 2 lanes, and you always feel like someone's going to sideswipe you in those cars.
Yeah, the Mercy's probably like 4 or 5 inches wider than this.
I remember when you first got a Ferrari, and you would have me drive it, and we were driving downtown, and you were yelling at me because I was driving so close to the curb, but I felt like I had to stay away from the other lanes.
It's cup holders.
Oh, that's surprising to me.
Look at that.
Coming from the Germans in a high-end sports car. Sorry, guys, supercar. I mean, if it performs as well as a 488 and it costs nearly as much as a 488, it's hard not to give it the same categorization.
Yeah, this is pretty close to the same price as a 488. It's a little bit cheaper than most of them. I mean, they're kind of, there's some overlap there, you know.
The divide between this and a 488, is it just that it's probably an aesthetic issue, or is it a personality style issue?
Yeah, it's both. I mean, aesthetics, it's also, they behave differently. Like, this is a rear engine car. It's not a mid-engine.
From what I remember, the mid-engines are actually still in the back.
They're behind you, but they're in front
They're in the middle of the car.
Right. This is
Okay.
at the very end of the car.
Okay.
So you've got a lot of weight.
So how does that change my driving experience?
On the street, it really doesn't. On the track, it's a big difference.
You are definitely going to be needing to worry about how you go in at angles of things with this car.
Yeah, it's lowered.
It is, yeah. You could scrape the front bumper really easily. Okay.
Downtown Liberty Hill.
Where they see mini GT3 RSs. You know, the driving experience thus far, even though it is audibly very loud, it doesn't sound, this will never sound like a normal car. Do people put valves on that?
They can, yeah, you can.
Okay, fair enough. I think a lot of people...
This one has an aftermarket exhaust.
Well, I'm sure it does because it has the aftermarket everything.
Yeah.
I feel in control of this car. It's not making me nervous. I like where I'm seated in the cabin as a short person. That's really nice. The seats are comfortable. This is a good experience for me. You got this car and, you know, you're the assistant VP of accounting at the dry cleaning firm. Your wife could drive this.
Probably, yeah.
You know.
Feel free to go.
Okay, like go?
You can, yeah.
Is it warm enough?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's warmed up.
I know that I have to warm them first.
Yeah,
guys.
it's warmed up.
Whoa! That kicked out.
Yeah, it did.
Is that the rear engine thing?
No, it's just...
This is a really powerful car.
Very powerful, and it's a cold day, so the tires aren't going to be super sticky yet.
Hello, mooers.
Moo.
Good Lord. It certainly takes all the guesswork out of shifting, doesn't it? It just goes da 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 da. Whoa. Yeah, that'd be fun at the track. It's really stiff.
Yes.
I mean, which is supposed to be for a rally sport car, I know. So it's got good shocks.
Yes.
Okay. Is shocks the same as suspension?
They're part of the suspension.
Oh, okay. The more you know. Is this my straight?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for this big refuse truck to pass. There we go. Whoa! Jeez. Me driving this car will not achieve its full potential because I'm a little bit of a coward on these country roads that go up and down, even with a straightaway to take it up.
We're gonna turn right.
Oh.
You're good.
The brakes are good.
And you got another long straight.
Whoa! Woo! Hello. That was good. Whoa, buddy! Yeah, I like this driving experience. It's super powerful car, and obviously I'm never going to be able to help it realize its potential, but it's smart enough car, it's going to keep me out of trouble, for the most part.
Yeah, it's got good traction control and all that
And there
stuff.
are plenty of cars that I've been in that, like, I don't know, the McLaren 600 LT, like, that car was not going to keep me out of trouble.
No.
This car will keep me out of trouble because it will, for the most part, correct my inadequacies as a driver.
That's fair. Yeah, it's a pretty, the traction control, stability control, all that stuff's pretty robust in this car.
Yeah. But yeah, when you're driving it normal, except for the noise, it's really quite nice.
It's a little stiff.
I mean, it's a little stiff, but I
That's
mean,
to be expected.
yeah.
The seats aren't the most comfortable.
They're fine for me. I know you.
Well, the only thing I don't like is that they're fixed in the position.
Sure.
So you can't recline or anything. But I mean, it's in a great position for driving.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
But it's not a great position for comfort.
What type of aftermarket exhaust? Is this like a...
It's actually a Porsche exhaust.
Oh, okay.
Because it's got a Porsche part number on it.
Oh, okay.
We were surprised because it's pretty aggressive.
So this guy, whoever modded this car, did a good job.
Oh, yeah.
And he had open checkbook.
Yes, he's spent easily over $40,000 on this car.
Wow. Which you never get back, guys.
No.
You never get that
No,
back.
in fact, arguably, that's part of the reason why we priced this car cheaper than almost everything else that's on the market, because it is modified.
But you also have the original parts.
Sure. If we put it back to stock, we'd probably be able to sell it for more.
Really?
Yeah, it's just that's a lot of work. We don't.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the other thing is, this car is so track focused that it's set up very well for the track. I feel like someone who wants this car is going to appreciate it for its prowess and its configuration for the track. So there's no reason to put it back to stock.
That makes sense.
I think someone will truly appreciate the mods that are done to this car and all that.
Idyllic little farmhouse in the country.
It is kind of cool, huh?
Yeah.
Cows sitting
Got
right
your
there.
cows on your rolling pasture.
I could live out here. if it had internet.
Yeah, internet's problematic. And 911 is a car designation that has gone on forever.
Yes.
They just haven't changed it. It's not like the Ferraris and Lamborghinis where they're retiring things. They just go on forever with 911.
It's all been under the 911 brand, but they have different designations. So like this is the 991.
Okay.
So like there's a 991, 992, all these different whatever proper designations. We're gonna go right.
Okay. If you forced me personally to choose between this and the 488, I'd choose this. If you said you have to drive this, so you choose which, for me in my life and my stature and the way I drive.
So is that mostly because of the seating position?
Probably.
So if we had one that had fully adjustable seats in the 488, would it change your opinion?
I don't know.
Oh, Roadrunner.
Oh, it's a Roadrunner.
Cool.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, Roadrunner.
Catch a mouse. Look at the goat trying to get in the tree.
He's up in the tree.
He's like,
and a llama.
Oh, hey, llama. Of all the cars I've driven, like if you told me, like I had to drive one as a daily driver, yeah, but the Ferraris are just, they still feel wider and they feel like I could lose control of them easier.
I guess.
When I've driven them. They really do. For whatever reason, I feel a little bit more on edge in the Ferraris than I do this right now. But you guys like that. You want to feel like you're the one in charge of the car, and only through your masterful driving does it perform as it should. You guys like your cars to be hard to drive.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's, the effort is satisfying. That's why we like manuals. It's more effort.
Yeah, I know. Which you guys would then say to the person in this car, well, you're not driving the car.
The computers are. That's more of a McLaren thing.
Oh, okay.
Definitely, the McLarens without the computers would be a disaster.
Oh, dude. The 600 LT with the computer was scary. Yeah. I mean, like if you asked me which car I've driven that like gave me the scariest feeling, it was a 600 LT. Okay. What gear is it getting into?
It tells you on the dash.
Okay.
Is that 4 right now?
Whoa! It's kicking out. I grabbed the steering wheel tight and then afterwards
Your hands tired?
Yeah. It's like concentrate, Megan, concentrate. I've heard you guys say, and I have no idea what it means, but I've heard you say revs to 9,000.
Yes.
What does that mean?
This thing's the engine can spin to 9,000 RPMs.
So?
That's awesome. Oh, we're gonna turn here.
It's awesome?
We're gonna turn here.
What do the engines spin on other supercars?
9,000 is pretty much it. There's not really many that go higher than that.
And why is...
The 458 goes to 9,000, the F12 and A12 go to 9,000. There's not very many engines on the market that can go to 9,000, and it just makes this fantastic sound at 9,000 RPM.
Why do you care if it goes to 9,000?
Because it's awesome.
Because of the sound.
The sound, and it's exciting, and...
Why is it exciting if it revs to 9,000?
It's hard to get engines to go to 9,000.
What happens when you get to 9,000 that's more exciting than 8,000?
I don't know.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
It gives you more RPMs to work with.
When I have more RPMs to work with relative to other cars, why is that good?
All right, it's all about the sound. Let's just go with that.
Okay.
It's mostly about the
Fair
sound.
enough. I am making a concerted effort to appreciate why you think something's cool, and you have to give me an accessible answer.
I mean, if you talk to almost any car person and be like, yeah, this thing goes to 9,000 RPMs, they'd be like, damn.
So, you know, if you just drop that phrase like at a Cars and Coffee, you go, I don't know, this revs to 9,000, and other guys go, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a few key phrases that you can drop and kind of fake it till you make it at a Cars and Coffee, guys. Revs to 9,000, naturally aspirated.
Yeah, those are good things.
phrases. Although this is not naturally aspirated.
Yes, it is.
Oh wait, this is?
Yeah,
I
that's.
thought they were all turboed on these cars.
No. That's part
Okay.
of what makes this cool.
Oh, okay.
The GT2 is turboed, and so is the turbo, of course, turbo.
Like my car,
Yeah.
it revs 9,000.
Good job. Pull.
Oh.
Yeah, you pull the string.
Yeah. Like my car, it revs to 9,000.
Good job.
It's not 8,000. It's 9,000. 2019 Porsche GT3 RS. If I were forced to buy a supercar for a couple $100,000 of the ones I've driven thus far, and told I didn't have a choice, like I can't buy the AMG.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If I couldn't buy the AMG for me, and I was told, you have this money, you can't put it in bonds, you can't save it for a practical purpose, you have to buy one of these cars, I would choose this over the 488. I would. It just makes me feel more comfortable, and I like the way it drives.
That's valid.
Yeah, for my driving level, I don't know what that says. That probably makes it uncool. But, yeah, hope you guys had fun. See you again soon. Car revs to 9,000.